Welcome back to Brittology. Today we're taking a journey through some of the most exclusive villages in the United Kingdom, places so expensive and prestigious that only the super rich can dream of calling them home. These aren't just pretty countryside spots, they're symbols of wealth, history, and a lifestyle that most people can only imagine. When you think of English villages, you might picture quaint cottages, cobbled streets, local pubs, and rolling green hills, but in these particular locations, that picture comes with a very hefty price tag. Let's start with one of the most talked about villages, Bray in Berkshire. At first glance, Bray looks like a charming riverside village, but the moment you dig deeper, you realize it is a playground for the wealthy. With Michelin-starred restaurants like Heston Blumenthal's famous Fat Duck, this place has become a magnet for high-net-worth individuals. Houses here are often priced in the millions, and it's not unusual to see luxury cars parked along streets that, on the surface, still look traditionally British and cozy. This combination of rural charm and world-class dining has made Bray one of the most desirable places to live for the wealthy elite. Next, we move to Virginia Water in Surrey. If there's a place that screams wealth and exclusivity, it's here. Virginia Water is part of the prestigious Wentworth Estate, which is surrounded by golf courses, gated mansions, and private security. This isn't just a village. It's a fortress of wealth where celebrities, business tycoons, and foreign royalty invest in property. It has a long history of attracting international buyers, especially from the Middle East and Russia, because it combines privacy, proximity to London, and an image of prestige. A single home here can cost tens of millions, and many of them look more like palaces than houses. Another gem is Beaulieu in Hampshire's New Forest. Beaulieu is not only historic but also breathtakingly beautiful. It's famous for the Beaulieu Palace House and the National Motor Museum. But beyond the tourist attractions, it's home to some of the richest residents in the country. What makes it unique is the balance between its aristocratic history and its natural surroundings. Homes here are limited and rarely come on the market, which pushes prices sky high. To live in Beaulieu is to own a slice of English heritage, and that exclusivity comes at a staggering cost. Moving further north, let's look at Alresford in Hampshire, often described as one of the prettiest villages in England. With its pastel-colored Georgian houses, boutique shops, and scenic watercress beds, it's the perfect postcard setting. But this beauty doesn't come cheap. Property prices here are some of the highest in rural Hampshire, and the village is filled with wealthy professionals who can afford to commute into London or simply enjoy retirement in style. It's the kind of place where community life still feels intact, yet it's reserved for those with deep enough pockets to join in. Then there's Rock in Cornwall. This coastal village is sometimes referred to as the Saint-Tropez of Britain, and for good reason. It has become the holiday destination of choice for Britain's rich and famous, including royalty. Rock combines stunning seaside views, sailing clubs, and fine dining, making it one of the most luxurious holiday home markets in the UK. Properties here are often snapped up by second home buyers, with prices driven sky high because of demand from wealthy Londoners looking for an escape. Rock's exclusivity comes not just from the price, but also from the lifestyle it offers: sunlit beaches, yacht parties, and a sense of being among society's elite. Another strikingly expensive village is Burnham Market in Norfolk, often nicknamed Chelsea-on-Sea because so many affluent Londoners have homes here. This village has transformed from a quiet Norfolk community into a hub for wealthy second homeowners. With chic boutiques, art galleries, and fine dining, it has become more fashionable than ever. But this shift has also made it almost impossible for locals to compete in the property market. Cottages that once sold for modest prices are now worth small fortunes, and the village has become a showcase for understated but undeniable wealth. Of course, no list would be complete without mentioning Chipping Campden in the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds as a region is synonymous with wealth, and Chipping Campden is one of its crown jewels. With its honey-colored limestone cottages, historic high street, and rolling hills, it looks straight out of a fairy tale. But behind the picture-perfect exterior lies one of the most expensive rural housing markets in the UK. Celebrities, hedge fund managers, and entrepreneurs all buy into the dream of the Cotswolds, driving property prices to astronomical levels. Living here is about more than just owning a home. It's about buying into a lifestyle of prestige and rural luxury. Further west in Somerset, we find Mells, a village steeped in history, but now increasingly home to creative, elites and wealthy professionals. Mel's combines historic manor houses with charming cottages, surrounded by beautiful countryside. It has become a magnet for those looking for peace, privacy, and an authentic village feel, but at a price only the affluent can pay. This is not a place for starter homes. It's a place for those who can afford to retreat from city life into something timeless and idyllic. What ties all these villages together is not just their beauty or history, but their exclusivity. Each one offers something unique, whether it's coastal views, world-class dining, aristocratic heritage, or proximity to London. But in every case, the cost of living there places them out of reach for the average person. These villages have become symbols of aspiration, where wealth and status are displayed through property ownership and lifestyle. For the residents, it's about more than just a home. It's about joining a very private club that few can access. So when we talk about villages only the super rich can afford, we're really talking about places where the dream of the English countryside has been transformed into something exclusive and elite. They are pockets of tradition and beauty, yes, but also of wealth and privilege. And while most people will never get to live in them, exploring them gives us a fascinating glimpse into how the other half lives and what it means to buy into a lifestyle that's as rarefied as it is expensive.